What is going on, chatbot builders? How are y'all doing today? Ryan Bizzle, Ryan Baggett in the house, doing an early one. Make sure I don't have my music on blast and everybody like I usually do, because that's just how I do. Turn that thing on down. How y'all doing? It is Wednesday, and the music's still too bumping. So I'll turn that thing on down. We have a very, very cool guest for you guys today. First of all, do we have anybody here? Look, we got our people here already. Look at this elite tax strategist, Danny Q. Whew, I'm gonna show off what I love you, dog. I'm gonna show everybody what you got me here in a little bit, Doug, my man. So we're early, and I'm not gonna keep our guest waiting because he is kind of a superstar. But this guy is one of the few people I genuinely love watching on YouTube in our space of AI chatbots. There are a lot of people that talk about it. There are not a lot of people that do anything besides talk about it. They don't go build things and then actually do client work. They might sell courses, but they may have not ever sold a chatbot. Even your biggest superstar fans, maybe they've never sold a chatbot. Maybe you could do your research. The gentleman that I'm bringing on the show, just like every other guest that has graced our presence here at CBB Nation, has been vetted. I'm proud to say we're becoming buddies, I think, and I like to become all friends with all our guests if I can. Your network is your net worth, and you want this guy in your network if you want your net worth to be high. And I'll tell you what, I cannot be happier than I am to introduce the man right here, the legend, Conner, Mr. Beard. What's going on, sir?
What's up, man?
How's it going?
It's going good, man. How about yourself?
You're one of the very few people, I think, in our space that if I just pop the question on them, hey, you want to just be on a pod? You're like, yeah, sure. How about like an hour from now? I'm like, huh?
Yeah, actually said he'd do it. I don't believe him. Yeah. No, it's like
sometimes I'm bluffing.
You told me you're not a big, schedule things in the future type of guy, and you backed that up today when you're like, hey man, let's just do a podcast like right now. It's like, all right, let's do it.
You've got such a good memory, in which I admittedly don't. This dude made a prediction about me through a Discord DM, and y'all know I'm a Discord dummy. So he made this prediction about me, saying I don't keep calendars or like do that. I'm on the point. I'm like, how did I telegraph this? And I was like so concerned. I'm like, how am I this easily read? And guess what I used? We got Ace up in here. What up, Ace? I gotta recognize Ace and Jose, my homies. What I did, when he called this trait, I didn't even realize about myself out. Guess what I did? Hollered at GPT Tizzle, screenshotted our conversation. I was like, how did he know about this? And then, oh my God, did the answer not give me the perfect, like when you have a problem, just out of curiosity at this point, if you don't do anything else, the chatbot space, before we get into anything, advice, just ask ChatGPT Tizzle or one of the models out there, and just get another opinion, and you just might
it's
go,
the greatest brainstorming tool that's ever existed. I mean, hands down, at a base. A lot of people are saying AI can do all this stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, these LLMs are the greatest brainstorming tool that we've ever had to use. So definitely
that is the mic drop so far. My God, y'all hear what he just said? It's so true. It is so true. And I'll tell you what, that this is going to be a great podcast, and I can't wait to get into it. But we're going to go through at least a couple of the standards. You know what I'm saying? And so obviously, my homie ChatGPT Tizzle hooked it up with some good interview questions. And these are warm-up questions. And I think everybody can see I'm already warmed up. But just tell us a little bit about yourself, Conner, and tell us about your background, where you're from, where are you now, and just give us the rundown, man.
Yeah, so I'm from Virginia, and I've spent about a decade working with the Department of Defense here at one of the local shipyards, and eventually got to the point where, you know, I had that kind of entrepreneurial itch and bug, and was able to step away from my 9 to 5 and start kind of jumping headfirst into these AI automations, and obviously started using, you know, tools like ChatGPT when they first launched, and building chatbots here for probably the past 6, 7 months, I'd say.
6, 7 months. That's pretty cool. And so what inspired you, or who inspired you? Chatbots. Was it Chat GPT in itself when you saw this technology? And when did you first see it? What form did you see Chat GPT, or this sort of large language model that we have today?
Yeah, it was the ChatGPT announcement, which was that November of 22, I believe. At that point, I was kind of writing a bunch on LinkedIn. So when I first encountered GPT, I was using it more for blog generation. It was like a writing assistive tool.
Hmm.
And, you know, over the months, as I was kind of messing around with it and kind of in this play box, in this sandbox that people had been experienced for the first time, I just started doing like basic things like, can I chain these two things together in LangChain? You know, use something like Flowise to, can I give it a keyword and it give me an article title and, you know, the outline, you know, type thing. So it was very just kind of basic. What can this stuff do? And then it was after seeing a few chatbots kind of pop up, and some of the other tools. You know, I don't know how you want to name drop some of your
You
competitors
get
here.
anything you want to say. It doesn't matter. Yeah, this is
but
anything you want.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was after just kind of randomly stumbling into them on YouTube was when I
we don't
first
have any
kind of
competitors.
saw. That's right. That's right. You're absolutely right. Um, when I first kind of saw these tools, I saw the value proposition kind of jump out to me really straightforward, which was every website on the face of the planet is going to have one of these things eventually, right? I saw them as a extension of websites first and foremost, and I still believe that. I think every website on the face of the planet should have some sort of chat component. You know, whether it's the little chat bubble chat widget that we've become accustomed to, or something else that's more embedded. I think that ChatGPT's biggest kind of shock to the world is the realization that chat as a medium is going to become extremely prevalent.
I absolutely agree with that. Let me throw that on the freaking thing. This is an excellent quote. Every website, this is huge, guys. What he's saying is facts. But you've came at it in such a different way than I did, which I find super interesting. And let me explain. You looked at it as a website opportunity first. And I think there's two schools of people, and you just totally reinforce this. I don't know how many people realize this, and I don't know how many people, truthfully, in CBB Nation would fit on one side of this fence or the other. But I've always, in my career, thought of the website as the secondary. Okay, and so for me, the golden goose, the thing that made all the sense, the tangible value outside of anonymous, a lot of times numerical metrics of clicks or visits or whatever, the inbox to me has always been the proof. It's always been the money box. And so when I saw automation, and I'll name drop, it was MiniChat was the first one that I saw create something that was easy to use. The first tool was Chat Fuel. They were the first ones I think that ever got real funding, that ever got love from Facebook. I think they've like totally lost touch, but most of the legacy platforms I believe have. That's neither here nor there. That's what got me, because as a content person, when you're doing something for yourself, you'll know whether you're good at analytics or not, if it's working, right? You'll just know if you're getting sales or not. When you're doing it for other businesses, the ROI to prove to that customer exists is so much more difficult, unless you're something like e-commerce. Like, how do you prove that this has done anything? And for me, the harder thing to do would be to prove that on a website, in the way I have done business, which is always on a reoccurring monthly sort of deal. That was just always how I've done it. So we've got the same thought, the same kind of goal here, but coming at it from two different ways. I think there's some people that come from the voice flow and bot press. They're very new to the social side of the AI and automation world that's existed for quite a while, and then they're masters on the website side. They could create any little freaking bot you could think of to do any little thing on the web, but to play outside of the web, I think is foreign. Is that pretty fair to say?
It's a great point, Ryan, and you bring up another good point as well, which is I can say that about every website on the planet should have this, but that doesn't mean that the chatbot or the AI assistant is going to act the same way, because you've got a lot of businesses
Mm.
out here where the website is the actual driver of revenue. And then you've got a lot of other that the website is just part of the funnel, right? Which I'm sending all of my marketing efforts for you to go to this website, and then I'm doing some other service, right? And the website is really just a business card. So how can we use this AI assistant or chatbot to kind of help this funnel along, which is, make sure the marketing side of you all smile and hot and bothered. So it really
Mhm.
just depends on the end result and the use and the application, and what are you trying to do here. That there's a lot of different angles to play, which is great for us as builders, right? Because the adoption curve is only going to continue to go up as each of these businesses realize that there are ways that these assistants and chatbots can help them.
Absolutely. And I think that what I've kind of always thought is without something like a chatbot, fortunately or unfortunately, the ROI will be determined on the services rendered. And so here's a great question for you talking about going off script. I totally have at this point. Screw the script. You're not going to find better real advice from people that have done the things, folks. Do you mind if I ask you this? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. I will. You said I could throw it out there. How many clients or chatbot? Let's put it this way. How many chatbots have you built since you started? And I'll tell you this. You said how long again have you been building?
I'd say
You said
probably about 6 months. There was 2 months
you're
in front of that that was kind of the tinkering aspect of it, but I'd say I closed my first client in January. So
you're a
between
G,
January and
dude.
now.
Like you're brand new and you're a G. Okay. I will say Kelly, for example, is the one that taught me what a chatbot even was and why it was even valuable, other than like, okay, you can answer this question or that question if you can predefine it. The day that she taught us the quiz bot scenario with ManyChat, the day you could count numbers, I said, oh my God, I just got all the answers to everything because this is going to do all the infrastructure. Facebook's API is paying for everything I want to do. I lived off of Facebook. I didn't care about web chat. When they had a web chat, great. That's extra cream for
Yep.
me. That's the way we always looked at it on, call it the messenger marketing side, which I think is totally changed from when we first started. And I don't know if it's more valuable or less valuable or the same amount of value. Originally, we could send messenger broadcasts, which I just sent one as we went live to the people that subscribed. So you probably have a message, Connor. I think you subscribed to mine. So you probably got
There
there
you go.
one sitting there. And if, by the way, if you came in from my messenger notification, by the way, thanks for y'all that did subscribe. Let us know in the comments so we can see that, and then I'll be able to show you guys, which is the point. These bots that we're building do things. Maybe they're basic things like subscribe you to a list so you don't miss one of these important videos. These are basic things that normal business owners don't have time to think about and don't want to think about and don't want to do. But let's bring it back over to you, Connor. I'm just looking at your website. That's why I've got your tagline up there: AI chatbots for business websites. I think that is an amazing tagline. Let me ask you: do you have a lot of experience in SEO? It seems like you're just an overall wizard on all things digital marketing and tech. But what would you say your if you're going to look at it as a pie chart of things that what are your specialized things that you're best at, and maybe what you want to maybe improve on, if there's anything you need to improve on, or are you just perfect?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, and I am by no means perfect, even in the things that I think I'm doing well, by any stretch of the
I
imagination.
love that.
I have a YouTube video, which I, articulate and show the things that I do and educate, which I think is a really important thing to do in this space, right? Because there's a lot of question marks. It's new. People have a lot of fear. They're unsure. So I don't even look at myself as really a chatbot builder. I look at myself more as an educator. These are the things that we could potentially do. I'm kind of, uh, I'm warming up here in this kind of proof of concept land where I just had a wonderful client result, which was, hey, Connor, I want to build this, technical product chatbot where I want to talk to all of my product data. I've got all this tech specs and my post sales team. It takes them a while to look through all this data and answer questions. It's just not very efficient. So I'd love to build out a proof of concept with you where I just give you 12 products and kind of show me what this can do. And I'm more than happy to kind of, build this out for them because now they're super happy with it. And now they want to do, much more. Let me add in this project. Let me do this more functionality. So even though it's a relatively lesser contract on the front end, I could still get them on the back end because I'm educating them throughout the whole process. And I'm not treating it like I'm not gatekeeping the solution. Like it's just there's some magic black box that's doing all of this stuff. I want the clients that I work with to be comfortable the whole entire way because I want them to continue to think about automations and solutions that they could possibly have today, tomorrow, next year, 5 years, whatever down the road. And I want them to be kind of top of mind. I know now I'm the one that's going off script because I didn't even answer your question. But as far as
no, you're
the,
gold, baby. It's gold.
the pie chart goes, I'm a very good writer, I think. And really writing is just organized thinking. And my YouTubes is just me organizing some thoughts and pressing the record button and kind of throwing them on screen. So I'm glad that people are coming to them and finding them useful because that just shows that I'm doing a good job on the surface of articulating those thoughts and putting them together. So
I love that, man. I love that. I'm actually going to send in.
Say that's definitely one of my stronger points. So you mentioned the SEO on my website. So part of writing is I feel like I'm the Verizon guy right now walking through the forest.
No, I hear you now. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? Okay, good. We're back. I forgot exactly where I was at.
You're good to go.
But copywriting, right? So that is a particular skill, which is conversion.
Right.
And I like to think myself that I'm a pretty decent writer and communicator, and obviously I can build. So it's the skills are things for me to improve on. I would say probably the sales aspect of it. Now I can obviously articulate myself, but I don't have a large amount of a sales background, and that's something as a first time entrepreneur starting his own thing. I'm getting reps in the gym, right? Because I'm talking with these businesses on a day-to-day basis and selling myself and my product and my services. So that's something that's definitely being improved on, which I think the only way that you get reps at doing that is to get in front of people and try to do it. So that's what I'm doing.
I think that you're doing a heck of a job at it as well. I think that we've seen such a cool shift, by the way. Let's see, someone needed your YouTube channel. So let's throw that on the screen here. I think we're seeing probably one of the coolest shifts right now. Let's see if I can throw that on here. Typically in programming or any sort of code, you really needed to be good at math. You really did need to be good at math to do something meaningful. And then came along no code, which changed a lot of different things, made things a lot more obtainable for those that had pursued other things but were still interested. Then we had the explosion, the thing that I didn't think that would happen until I guess I was like 80, but it was like the first time I'd ever saw Microsoft Word. I was like, this program sucks. Let me get on PowerPoint because I can move stuff around and do stuff and like have an environment to play in, is the way I looked at PowerPoint. Okay. And then we had Microsoft Word, and I thought, this is so stupid. One day we're going to have computers. I'm going to be able to just type in the sentence of what I want, and it's going to happen. And this is me as like a small child. And to know that it's here, I'll be 35 in September. I thought I was going to be 85 before anything like this would be really out there. And so that's what's gotten me so excited. And I'll tell you, let me ask you. So before Chat GPT came out with the API, were you using any writing tools like say a Jasper or I guess Copy AI was out? Did you hear about any of these tools, and did you use any of these pre
There
Chat
were a
GPT
few of them
release?
that were out. I never really used any of them, honestly. It was ChatGPT kind of made me more aware of those other worlds, right? Because a lot of those first products were
100%.
really just GPT wrappers, were just prompts that, had to read, just GPT driving everything on the back end with a few, directed prompts, which I could see myself.
Totally. Yeah. I talk
Sorry
about
that my
that.
internet connection keeps going in.
I don't know if it's yours or mine. I can't tell.
I think it's probably mine.
Restream sometimes sucks, but I thought it was only Austin told me it sucked because it didn't work in Fiji. And so I started using StreamYard. So as soon as I go
That's
back to
probably true for a
restream.
lot of things. Sorry, Austin.
But you know what, man? I'll tell you what, this low country where I live here in South Carolina, man, it's probably just bad, dude. Honestly, it's crazy. But hopefully, you guys in the comment section can see us and hear us. Holy smokes! Speaking of the gosh darn, who is this? Who is this? Look at this. Is this Asta on the screen? What time is it over there, Asta? Hey Siri, someone's calling me. They're gonna have to wait. Hey Siri. It's probably not going to work since I'm doing the live, but I was going to ask Siri what time it is because I never know.
Right.
Kelly, on the other hand, our COO, she's got her like brain and clocks and things. She knows all the employees that we have across the world, like knows their time zone, which is so cool. So it's like whatever time it
Sounds
is
like a
where she
good
lives,
COO.
the best there ever could be. Obviously, that's what we go for. That is the whole brand. And I think that's why I just so like wanted you. I feel like if I'm going to be a coach of a team and I could pick the all-star team, that's really what I want to do. So from Kelly, who's the woman that I owe everything to, CBB would not exist without her. I can assure you that. None of us would be watching this video because this video would not be happening if it wasn't for Kelly. She's number one. And then you've got the wonderful Wendy. I'm sure she's doing like 100 things all at once. She's related to, I don't know how many of y'all have heard of that movie, Harry Potter, but there's this one girl who I always pronounce her name Hermione until I saw the movie Hermione.
Right, Hermione.
She has this ability like Wendy. They're related somehow. Not to say that Wendy's a witch because she's not. She's a princess, but they can just be in millions of places at once and go back in time and fix things and reverse things. And it's amazing. And the whole team of all the way to Fiji out there is just incredible. And the co-creators, because we don't have customers here like yourself, you're co-creating. We're all making each other and software better, which is the coolest thing in the world to me. So let's get to some of the software talk so we don't get too off tangent here. Can you tell the audience what software did you use first, or the most, or who led you in the direction of what got you started in the chatbot building
It was
space?
VoiceFlow.
Yeah.
It was VoiceFlow, right? So VoiceFlow was the first kind of editor experience for chat assistants that I'd used, and it's probably where I spent the most amount of time. Obviously, I'm on this podcast talking to you, Ryan. I've really only been working with here over the last few weeks, and because there's a lot of stuff inside of this, obviously, I've really only scratched the surface. I still don't know probably 70% of the functionality of Chatbot Builder, and that's something that's going to obviously come with time. And I've put out a few videos now on kind of my first impressions and thoughts. But I was obviously interested enough and impressed enough to kind of take my FAQ chatbot on the front page of my website and stick a CBB bot and kind of let's roll. So yeah, it's been mostly in voice flow up to this point. I've also sprinkled in for some bot press recently, just because I respect the open source nature of some of the stuff. But yeah, it's all on what the end use case is, right? These are tools, right? Chatbot Builder is an assistive tool for chatbot builders. What are you trying to build? Will this tool help me get there? Does it make my life easier? Does it make my life faster? Can I output more? Do I have more functionality? Do I not have to hard code this stuff myself? Can I just click, integrate, connect, and keep on rolling and focus on, the task at hand? It really just depends. And I think that there are a lot of tools out there, and there will continue to be, right? There's a tool that's going to pop up about, you know, who is the target audience of the builder, and do they like the experience, and can they build the things that they want at the end of the day?
I love that. To me, it always comes back to what is going to bring the value. Okay. And so for me, going back to the social media side and content creation side of things, because I've done this for I've done that part of the digital marketing thing for quite some time, basically since 2009. I've been a content creator and social media manager. Before that was a term. The moment they released business pages, I was in processes of converting, like, your actual profile page with your business name on it. Like, let's get this a business page so we can run ads. I was probably the first person in my state, definitely the first county to ever run a Facebook ad. And fun fact, ran it with my
Which
own money, even though I was working for a resort. They just didn't
I'm
believe
sure
in it, and
those
I was like,
campaigns crushed it too.
dude, when I've been, I'll misquote myself, but it's around this kind of idea, like between $5 and $50 back then is like the equivalent of like 5,000 today. I mean,
I
for five
believe it.
dollars, I
I
was
believe it.
able
They
to
were
hit
way
Hilton
underpriced
Head.
for a
Like,
very long time.
I mean, I think they're still heavily underpriced. You just have to be
Yep.
better, because more people are doing it now. They're still high. I mean, I will never run a TV commercial. You know what I'm saying? Ever,
Right.
unless I'm gonna throw a QR code on there, which I think we were seeing more and more of, which I predicted all the way back in 2020. QR codes, and also NFC. NFC, which you can get on Amazon. This is your, to me, the web 2 or 3.0, whatever version we're on, when you can just interact with the world around you, whether it's through your glasses or through your phone. I think it's going to be through your phone for quite some time. This, to me, you've nailed it. I think we've got Ace Rick. He's created many different things. He's one that's a guru on this subject. You nailed it, but in a way that I would say it a little bit differently. I want to get your take. I don't believe that every website needs a chat bubble at all. What I believe is every business needs AI, and every business needs to communicate. I think everyone on this planet can agree on these two things. You need AI and you need to communicate. Okay. And so if our goal is specifically to create the best business communication tool powered by AI, I think that between the amazing co-creators that we've got and the large language models telegraphing their every move, which right now none of them know what they're really wanting to do. They're just creating this amazing technology. They're burning through their cash reserves, and they got a lot, but they're burning through, and they don't know how to monetize it just yet. I think it's still debatable if ChatGPT is even profitable, which I think they're totally not. ChatGPT now, not the
Right.
API.
Right.
But if that's the case, it makes me think that when you've got basically Meta begging you to use their AI and everyone just automatically hates it. I feel like, oh, I don't want this. How do you turn it off? I'm seeing Facebook posts of how to turn the Meta AI off. I'm like, bro, this is free Chat GPT. What are y'all? It does the
Yep.
images, it does the things. So at the end of the day, I think this is just going to be something probably, and we're starting to see it early. It's just a different approach in the entire ways that business communicate. And I believe if you take the UI of Chat GPT and what it is, although it answers any question you ask, I believe, and others, a small percentage of us in CBB Nation believe, there's a very big chance that that is the new website experience of the future, assuming that it can be picked up easily across, quote, a search, which I think can be very heavily dependent on what API maybe you're going to end up using. So I think
I'll
that's
give you a
why we're
great I'll
looking
give you
all
a great
the, go ahead.
example. I'll give you a great example of this, Ryan. So I'm actually partnered up with a web developer, right, who runs his own, agency, and he's got several clients that are, paying him several $1,000s a month for high-end WordPress work, performance sites, okay? And we just demoed to one of his clients that he's already got because he already knows everything about their tech stack because he built part of it. We just demoed. Okay, here's your website. Here's your sign up form for the solar company. As soon as you hit enter and put your address in, the entire website changes screens and you have a dashboard, and the right hand side of it is a chatbot. And that chatbot has been fed with the data from your address, and it's giving you a quote based on your address and how much money you're going to save from a solar perspective. And
Wow.
they're, as you can imagine, they're like, holy shit, what the hell is this? Because they've never seen something like this before. So now
Right.
Connor has a nice new monthly retainer himself, right? Because now I'm managing the bot that they want to build off of this demo, right? But that's just a fraction of what is going to happen, because the websites, like you said, these embedded chat windows are going to start becoming part of the user experience of every website that we visit. The scrolling is dead. It just is going to take a while before it completely dies. Now, the social media aspect of it will probably stay for a long time. But as far as you hitting general websites and scrolling down to the bottom of a homepage, it's only a matter of time before I think that goes away completely, because what's going to happen is you're just going to have different text chats that are just going to come in full page windows based on your experience and what you're talking to, which is another reason why I've planted my flag in this space now. That way I can get the reps in here as this adoption curve grows, as I continue to build out these solutions, because more and more companies are going to want that experience because we're going to become accustomed to it.
Man,
And
oh, dude.
customers will demand it. They'll stop going to websites where you have to scroll and click. What's the blog page? How do I contact you? All of this is time, right? AI is time. That is the value proposition that we're giving to businesses and clients right now. We're buying back time, or we're buying back customers' time, which will make them happy to interact with your products and services. That's it.
Y'all, if you don't understand the gold nuggets he just dropped out of his sack of gold nuggets he walks around with, like you're missing like this.
Like a leprechaun.
Yeah, I'm like
Sack of gold nuggets.
I don't think
Sack
you're
of
short.
gold
Imagine you're a
coins.
giant. You look like you're a giant in
I've
your
got the
YouTube.
red beard going
Matter
for
of
me.
fact, I'm
I
gonna
need a
like
hat.
lift my chair up and feel like taller now because just you like that. You're just, man, you nailed it. I'm just like, you're just a master class right now. I think every aspect of what you said is true. I think that the way I'm looking at it is not necessary. It's just a little bit different, not necessarily forward or backwards, just maybe on to the side. What I mean by that is what I believe is, and I'm seeing it luckily in multifaceted perspectives, which I'm very uniquely able to do, which really is helpful. Shout out to the clients that allow me to do this. Basically, I believe that the unification of all conversation, um, what I look at as an amazing tool to optimize business performance is also, I could see if the algorithm gets turned the wrong way, this video is going to get 1 million views because they're going to say I'm describing the ultimate like mini business or business's big brother. That's what their GPT or AI is. And that very well may be what people perceive it as. And in some ways it's true. And I've seen some crazy things done with these large language models, even through like video, like descriptions of video. Imagine having a transcript of your actual video cameras, your Ring doorbell video cameras. Guaranteed that will be a thing. If anyone wants $1 million app, I just gave you one. whoever can develop that fastest and integrate with your home security and not go to jail because it's not like breaking a law of some sort, you're a billionaire, a millionaire overnight. And Connor's like, let me get off this podcast right now. But the thing is, and this is what is so exciting, I'm also seeing from the big wigs over at the big three, they're saying, guys, it's still early, there's still time. You just said something super important. You build as if you're a 10-year veteran in your videos. That's the way I'd take you as. I totally took you as a dialogue flow guy. So it's a good thing I'm not a gambler, because I'm bad at guessing things. I'm much better with data. But dialogue flow guys, they've been around and they have been typically the geniuses of the industry. And then many of them, the majority of them, totally dismissed ChatGPT and what it could do. But from what I'd seen through the writing tools like Jasper or whatever that thing was called, they rebranded so many times. They made like $150 million too before the buddy dipped, before like the month before ChatGPT came out, he dipped too. So he's got some Lambos. Shout out to you. I think his name's David. I forgot by now, but I understood then. I was like, holy cow, if this is able to do raps, and I was doing it for raps and social media captions, I was like, I can't wait to understand how I can use this in the chatbot system, because that is absolutely the future. And what you recognize as, the dynamic chatbot, we've been on this since day one of the API release, and we couldn't figure out, while everyone else seemed to be so far behind. We still don't really know the answer to that, but there's quite a few secret sauces in the mix of what CBB has going on. And when you said you haven't scratched the surface, there are very few people in the world that will ever understand every single click that you can do in the program. And we'll take things out eventually as usage is clear. In some cases, like some people just don't click on this section of the site, so eventually we'll remove it. This is what happens every time. Right now, it's so giant, I don't recommend anyone to try to understand everything it can do. But what I do recommend is to solve a problem. That problem can be whatever you want to be known for, and for me, it's this most simple problem to solve is, and this is huge money, take all of the channels that we have to offer, and just that AI summary, which you did in the copy and paste in the Chat GPT. I told him about this right after I saw the video. I love the video. That AI
Ryan's
summary.
already critiquing my videos. He said, Connor, your workflow sucks, man. You got to do this in CBB. Let's do this, man. Come on, what
listen.
are you
What
doing?
you don't know what you don't know. And that I learned.
That's
Listen,
right.
if you're not learning, you're losing. Okay. And I learn every
100%.
single day, and I've failed and I've made more
Me too.
mistakes than anyone will make in this whole in this platform
Yep. I'll
specifically.
probably do something
I've
stupid
made
tomorrow.
every
I can't
mistake.
wait. That's
That's
right.
what's fun to me too. And we'll fix stuff. By
Yep.
the way, Jose, dark mode, I fixed before the podcast. What up, homie? It should be fixed anyways. I'll double check. But to me, it's so fun. And to be able to now not worry so much about having to relearn or learn C++ or Python or any language here, to be able to just tell it what to do and it just do it. I think this is obviously past no code at this point. And if there are people out there that are going to build more tools that build tools to create finished products from your no code idea, from your regular human language, this is a couple months away from being in production. I think you're still so early.
CBB is a great tool, Ryan. I could tell almost immediately. CBB is a great tool
Thank you, man.
for low code and no code builders that are just trying to kind of figure out what this is and what they can do, to jump in and spin up something relatively quickly. And then the important thing is to connect it to something, because what you see with a lot of the other frameworks is, okay, I've built something. How do I connect this to Facebook Messenger? How do I connect this to WhatsApp? How do I connect this to Telegram? These are all very common questions. And because the way that other frameworks are set, most of the time you've got to develop them yourself, which for a
hire a
no-code
developer
person, it's too big of a lift for them to do. Now there are a bunch of like third-party, applications that are coming up, which is pay me $15 a month and we have this connection kind of set. But you run the risk of now you're tying into multiple tools, paying, additional
Paying more
monthly
bills,
things.
right?
But then
Exactly.
you're
The
kind of at the
reliance.
whims of this third party platform that, some guys got together. And I'm not saying that they're not smart or they're not good developers, but they threw together in a weekend or two, and they're, the support's not there. It's not a full-fledged company. You know what I'm saying? So
The
it's not quite the same.
you've nailed so many like rock solid hits. It's hard to even keep track of which one I want to hit on. But I think that one thing I do want to say here, because you're all over it, there are a lot of third-party softwares out there now, and it's going to get easier to create things. People thought that the next gen software was going to be GPTs or Google's Gemini's gems. Most people don't even know that exists. I don't believe that. I think that we've got the most abilities to have some product out there that's in the wild, that's able to be used on all these channels. I mean, once you've made your bot connect to the phone, connect to your text messaging, connect to your email, connect to everything, and it's all centralized. This is the idea of what Customer was, which came out about 4 years before Tap the Table. They sold to Facebook for over $1 billion, and they're just a unified inbox for the most part back in 2021. They had no AI. There was no LLMs back then that like we have today. So what I'm telling every single one of you is right now you are using and building tools, and some of you have your own micro SaaS, especially in the education space. CBB Nation, geniuses, you guys are making a lot of money, the ones that are doing that. You've got a tool, and you've got a community, and you've got an actual accountable person, not just one. You've got 4. You've got me, Kelly, Wendy, and Asta. You know our names, you see our faces, and this is going to be the difference between software companies that you trust in the future, marketing people you trust, website people you trust, any business, you name it. If it's not someone you can know, like, and trust, like Kelly's always said, it will be harder and harder and harder for people to do business with you. How do you get people to know, like, and trust you? You do exactly what Connor is doing. You do exactly what Mir is doing, what Ost is doing, what the most successful CBBers are doing, aside from the ones that have y'all have got what you've got down to a science, and you're genius for some of the ideas that you guys have come up with. But the ones that put in the work, that do the videos, this is what pays off, and this is how you become someone. And right now, the way I see it is the stadiums are all built, the stands are all built, people are ready to watch the games go down. But right now there's just not enough all-star players on the field. No one's planted their flag, as you put it so eloquently. Right now is the time to do that. I don't call it planting the flag, but I love that. I call it timestamps. So get your timestamps out there, guys. I don't see anything that could be possibly wrong with that. Before we get too deep, I do have a question from some important CBBers. I don't want to miss out. They had some questions for you. Let's see. I think Danny had a really good one. Let's see. Where is the questions at? We've got so many comments here. Can you see the things on your end too?
Yeah, I do. I see them.
I can't see the one I wanted to have. Was it this one? Let's see. Learn chatbot building on the fly. I was way behind my schedule. So yes, you'll totally get back your time. Where was Danny? I think it was Danny's question. Where's Danny? I think he had a really good question too. I received the account messenger. Okay, boom, look at that. So look, someone's here. I received the messenger announcement.
There you go.
By the way, if you're here because you got the email, so I sent out, if you're late, it's because you didn't sign up for the special Ryan Messenger. Get that notification first, so you missed all the good stuff. Sorry, no, I'm just kidding. You can rewatch it, obviously. But I just wanted to prove this point. If you're here because of the messenger notification, let us know. While he was going, because we had this gangster YouTube thumbnail, and I just wanted to send it to everyone. I sent it to some select emails from our segmented list from CB Bizzle. So if you're here from the email, let us know in the comments. That would be great. But I do want to find, okay, can you send a link to the channel? We did that. Let's see. I wish I can find it. First time ever for a live welcome. Here it is. Found it. Found it. I wasn't going to let you down, Danny Q. Can you answer this question? This might be a tough one, but this would be Danny's a good friend of mine. He's a big CBB, big player, and if you could help him out, this would be awesome.
That's a great question, Danny. I'll tell you first with one of the things that's working for me, and that's obviously YouTube, right? I have a YouTube channel where I build out chatbots and automation. So a lot of people discover me through YouTube, and then they say, okay, I could go try and build this myself, or I can just hire Conner to build out what I want. Let me hit up Conner and see what he's got going on. Or I'm also getting a lot of other chatbot builders are delivering poor quality work. Let me see if I can hit up the guy that's making videos to make this better. So that's one acquisition channel that's working for me is YouTube. And that's obviously one of the reasons why I started the YouTube channel, because I knew it would be an acquisition channel. But I also wanted to do this also as a resume, right? Because now I have 6 months of videos where if any business wants to learn about who I am, what I'm doing on a daily basis, and my thoughts and what it's like to work with me, they can just watch all my videos. So it's much easier for me to close clients because there's a level of trust and authority that comes from doing that. So, but Danny, what's the problem with my YouTube acquisition? It's not consistent. There will be weeks where I feel like I'm never going to have to worry about another customer again because it's holy crap, I just got 4 emails in an hour and a half, right? But then there'll be a stretch where I don't hear anything for 2 weeks. And it's like, man, that's something, Danny, that consistent spigot, that consistent lead flow, I'm working on, and I'm kind of taking a step back here and possibly repositioning myself in the market. So I know I didn't answer your question fully, but more to follow.
I think that was a great answer to that question. And yes, I have changed outfits, obviously, because this is Danny Q right here.
I
This
love
is Danny
coffee.
Q right here. Okay,
Dude, I
well,
love coffee.
Danny, I will work it out. I'll pay. I want to make sure that we deliver him a care package. I was just trying. I'll be honest with you. I am a monster, as most of you guys know. This is what I drink. And my wife and all my friends love coffee. But this was the coolest thing. We've got a couple different coffee folks out there, and this is just so cool. I ordered the mug because I like to I'm mean and I mug. Dad joking. I'm trying it out. Wendy's book hasn't helped me at all. But thank you so much for that, Danny. You're so cool. But I do want to take a moment and just give you and anyone else out there, Danny, that is in this space, an idea, because you have this awesome package, by the way. Now, you know what I'm probably going to say. You already know. I'm going to tell you, you need to have a chatbot on this thing. I actually put a chatbot on there for you.
Coffee chatbot,
So,
I like it.
Yeah. And so here's what I'm going to do. And I can do this live right now too, basically. It's so crazy. I haven't, if you don't know what NFC is, are you familiar with this, Conner? NFC?
No.
NFC, you know what a QR code is, so obviously, yeah. Right? And so we have many different ways to generate QR codes, as most of you guys that are in CBB know. I'm going to take a picture of his deal right here, and I'm going to tell ChatGPT to give me some instructions. I'm going to make a chatbot on the air in like less than 2 minutes off of just 2 screenshots of his bag, by the way. But QR codes and NFC, I believe, are going to be just so big in the future. I've been on them since 2020. That was what Tap the Table was about. Have you ever seen those? You'll see them now since I'm saying it. Anybody listening will probably see this ad. If you've seen where the business will have like a sign or it looks like a coaster and they tap their phone or they scan something to get a review, that tapping mechanism, that is NFC, near field communication. Okay, so I'm uploading the 2 pictures I just took of Danny Q's bag here on my I'm doing it all on my phone right here, and I'm going to just say create a knowledge base for my AI assistant for this brand of coffee. Include as much information as possible, always be accurate. And so as I continue the podcast, so I'm not rude, this thing is doing all of the work for me to make Danny's deal here, and this is going to make Danny have a experience. Like what if I wanted to chat with this bag of coffee? I believe this is the future. Okay, this is if you don't need a search engine if you make the thing that you want easily found. I think that's something big here. So this has given me okay. You're going to have your minds blown, I swear, on everything. This is a one shot. So I'm going to copy this thing. I mean, at this point, I might as well just show this. I'm just going to do it on my phone, the whole thing on my phone. And I don't know if I can show my phone, but all I've done is I've taken a picture of the front and the back of his coffee bag. And I'm going to just make a brand new CB Bizzle account. Okay. We might as well just show this on the computer. This is just going to be too good. People won't even believe it. And this
Live
is like,
build.
this is and I want you to understand, guys. And we'll also have your website on here. So this is really cool. You have a really sick website. By the way, as soon as you did throw that chat on there, your website, I mean, did it really get a lot of hits? Like it looks like you're just like boom, 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 boom.
Because I can look at the inbox, right? And I didn't even think about that when I put the CBB bot on there. Is because every time you scroll down about 3/4 of the page, you know, the assistant says it sends the welcome message. So that means that I was able to kind of register all of the hits from my website just by looking at the inbox.
So that's so rad. So look, all I did was I was like, create a knowledge base. I probably didn't even spell things right. So got everything, dude. I'm going to just copy this mug. And then here is our homie's YouTube channel. Go give him some love on this video right here, the multilingual chatbot. Let's go to Chatbot Builder AI, and we're gonna sign up for an account, and it's gonna be called coffee bot. I've already got the knowledge base brought up. This is how, if y'all want to see the easiest way to make a chatbot, this is the easiest way. And since I've got Conner here, I'm not going to waste any time. All I'm going to do, paste that bad boy right in there, turn auto GP Tizzle on, save. Now I'm going to do one fun thing, and we're going to be able to have the chatbot on this actual bag, son. I'm going to go to my welcome message, and I'm just going to grab this link, get the link, web chat link.
I love a coffee bot too, Kelly. Good comment. You're right.
Ooh, is Kelly here?
Kelly's here.
Oh my God, the queen. I've been missing you. The queen. I'm gonna get my notes tab here. I'm just gonna make sure that I've got a clean one here and paste this bad boy. All right. So what I've done is I can't bring that on my screen, I guess. I've got the URL here from this web chat right there. So what I'll do here is I'll share my screen, and so you can see all of the stuff. We're almost done. The whole chatbot's done. Let me just make sure I can share my screen here. Y'all are gonna love it. We'll be able to program this thing right now, Reflector, so you can see my phone, and you're gonna love this, dude. So okay, so we're gonna go here, Reflector. So we'll see my phone here in a second. I've got the link on my notepad. Reflector. Boom. There we go. So we're going to go to my notepad here. And there's my link. I'm going to copy this link. Oh, you can't see the little.
There you go.
Got it. I need people to yell at me full time when I'm doing stupid stuff like that. So I'm going to go to NFC tools. That's all you need. All right. I've got an old link in there I don't need. I'm going to add a record. It's going to be a URL. And you don't want to have HTTPS in your link, okay? Because it already has it. Now I've got. Let's see if I can do this. How can we? Look at that, dude. I'm a G. I'm almost like I'm almost like Stephanie. Never be as good as her. Now I've got this sticker, this black sticker. Danny didn't give that to me. I put that on there, and I've got this bag. I've got my phone. I'm gonna click right. And I'm going to go boop. Right error. Why? Don't give me no error. I think I might need to erase the tag first. So I can do that too. I'm going to first
Live
erase.
troubleshooting.
That's all we do. First erase it. Gucci. Y'all see it worked. Now we will write it. Right. Boom. Boom. Worked. So now what's going to happen? Conner, what's going to happen? I'm going to just take my phone. I'm going to just whoop, tap. Give me a little notification. Bam, son. And so we can't see nothing.
Right, bringing.
But now we can
chatbots
see everything.
in the real world with stickers. I like it.
I'm gonna be like, yo, I just bought this coffee. I don't know how to read good. Can you tell me about it, please? So I'm sending a voice note. This could have been in any language. And let's see what we get out of that. It might give us something real good. Oh, it's in my earphones.
In your ear.
Let's see. Can you hear me still?
Yes.
All right, so here we go. We should be able to
flavor coffee from Reserva Coffee.
We should be able to hear it if I do this. All right. How can I play it? Let's do.
I heard it for a second.
Oh, did you? Do you hear it now?
Nope.
Okay, let's see. Turn off my Wi-Fi. And oh, I can't do the screen share at the same time. But what I can do, I can stop the mirroring. Stop mirroring, and then I should be able to play it.
Of course. You've purchased the Piñata of Flavor coffee from Reserva Coffee Roasters. Here are some key details about this coffee.
Boom.
Variety, Sierra Nevada, Colombia organic. Flavor notes, citrus notes, honey, caramel. Roast date, June 12th, 2024. Roast level, light to dark adjustable. Origin, Sierra Nevada, Colombia.
It's crazy.
Type, whole bean. Weight, 10 ounce.
Shut up. All right, so I'm going to say, I'm going to do one more thing and I'll stop. I'm going to say, so the locally roasted, what do I want to ask on the back? I'm going to say, tell me about the piñata flavor. Explain a bit more about the piñata of flavor. Do you see I just built a bot without actually even reading anything? That's where we are today. Look at this.
On your phone, by the way.
I do everything from my iPhone. People think I play about that. So we got the response. Piñata flavor from Reserva Coffee Roasters named invoke fun. And it surprise breaking, filled with complex flavors. Dude, this is an incredible bot that spoke to me. Now watch this. I'm gonna do one more thing. Wendy, how do you say tell me about this coffee in Spanish? I'm gonna try to do it. Actually, watch this. And when you're really good at AI, you can do this. This will be my mic drop, and we'll be done. What we'll do here is I'm going to just see if I can just make it talk in Spanish by just telling it I don't know English. I'm going to say, como que café, explain in español. That like robots are going to think we're so dumb. We are. But watch this. It's going to give me that perfect Spanish player. Watch. I have no idea what all my Spanish people are like laughing at me like stupid gringo.
Claro, el café Piñata of Flavor de Reserva Coffee Roasters está diseñado para ofrecer una experiencia de sabor rica y diversa, inspirada en la diversión y sorpresa de romper una piñata y descubrir tesoros ocultos en su interior.
I'm telling you what, guys, this is how you do it.
So that was cool, Ryan. But let's circle it back on the CBB, right? So that's proof that what you were able to spin that up in minutes. And because CBB is connected to a lot of different things and a lot of different channels, chatbot builders now have the ability to build out various builds quickly.
And then you can just dance like this when you're done.
That's it.
And then the reason the crown is not mine is everyone's in the whole nation. You can wear this crown and I can wear this crown without being made fun of too hard because try to do it better than us, faster than us.
Speed.
I don't know anything
Speed is
about
valuable.
this, and I just built a better bot than you could on pretty much any platform that I'm aware of, bot press, voice, whatever. if they can do it, I've never seen anyone do it, but I have seen people connect 100 different applications to make an Instagram DM like that. But Danny, I just hopefully gave you an idea. Thank you so much for this. This is the kind of people that we have here. We have the people that send platform people gifts. I can't thank you enough. We've got people that are like on their way to becoming YouTube famous for bringing all the value, drop of the hat, willing to jump on a podcast. And I hope you'll join us again. I've taken an hour of your time, so I will make sure I take care of that. I will compensate you for this time. I appreciate this time, and I hope to have you on here again
No, this was
regularly.
fun. No,
This was fun.
that was awesome, man. That was cool, and thanks for
CBB Nation. I hope you guys got
showcasing
some
all of
value.
CBB's cool stuff, man. I'm excited to continue to build out things and try. Like I said, I know I'm just scratching the surface, and you send me messages every day. Conner, have you checked this out? Have you checked this out? I'm like, damn it, Ryan, let me go on my own pace, brother. So we'll get there, and we'll showcase it the whole way. It'll be fun.
I'm glad to know you. I'm glad to now. Hopefully, it's okay with you. Call you my friend, just like I call everyone at CBB Nation my friend and my family. And when you are friends, you are family. And we got your back as much as possible. You got all 39 million people watching. It's missing the M for whatever reason.
Yeah, right,
but,
right,
like,
right.
I
Got
know
lost.
when there's
That's a
analytical mistakes.
hallucination by the AI.
Hallucination from Restream's
There we go.
analytics. Like it
There we
says
go.
39 is 39 milli.
Right.
But Conner, you've been amazing, dude. Thank you so much. And y'all be sure to follow him everywhere on social, especially on YouTube. He doesn't do just chatbots. He does all sorts of cool stuff. And his website's sick. And he's got a dope bot. And hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more of this guy. Any last words, Conner, before we let you out?
No, man. Happy building out there. Have fun with it.
Cool, brother. Well, I will see you soon. CBB Nation, thank y'all so much for joining us on this quick little impromptu podcast. Dude, I'm telling you, there are not many people in the world that would jump on a podcast, a live podcast at that, like Conner would. So, mad respect to him. You have to be a G to be able to do that. And he is one. 6 months in, I thought he was going to say like at least 6 years. And I can tell you, if this doesn't show you what I've told you for so long, CBB Nation, we are all, no matter where you have started, no matter if you're not tech savvy, but you're a great communicator, or whether you've been building websites on Joomla and Dreamweaver and running the hard coding things for the past 20 years. The thing is, at this point in time, every single person has the ability to be a world-class programmer or engineer. With AI at your side, it'd be much better than some teams. And I think we're proof of that. We're the smallest fish in the sea, but we're very hard to keep up with. We're very, very fast. And people like Conner and the rest of CBB Nation keep us pushing forward. And I thank you for that. I thank you for your patience. And in the next couple of days, we'll have that assistant back up, because that thing is just going to blow your minds. Thank y'all so much for the support. I'll see y'all later.